What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I got a brand new video for y'all. You already know what it is, man. Another prediction video. So, the way this is gonna work is it's pretty much gonna be the same thing, but I need y'all to do me a big favor. We're at 74 subs. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot because I've been doing this channel for about 3 months maybe. And I want to get to 100 hopefully, and then just keep growing it from there. But you already know, like I keep making videos every day. Uh, so just please drop us a sub if you can. If you're a brand new viewer, make sure to like and comment. And yeah, let's get into it. So already we know very well some of the solid states that will go to each respective party. So I will just go ahead and indicate those really quickly. But what I want to say right now is that in the last prediction and the one before that, I predicted that Trump would win. And I did get a lot of questions, not a lot, but I got a few questions from Democrats, especially, or at least left leaning people, about why I did that. And look, I just want to make it clear again. I'm based this on the facts. This is the polls, okay? And the polls are suggesting that Trump is in the lead. So it wouldn't make sense for me to say that Harris is going to win because that's just stupid. That's going based on, pure emotion. I don't want to do that. Um, so I did it for Trump both times, and a lot of people were mad, and I was like, okay, well, it does really matter. So I'm gonna try to, I'm not gonna change it, but I'm just gonna try to explain my rationale if I do make any controversial decisions, and I will know when I'll be making a quote unquote controversial decision. It'll be mostly in the swing states, but already we could tell. I mean, if you look at the map already, 107, 128, so Trump is leading, but we still haven't gone to the northeastern states. These are all blue, as we know. We know that very well. And I wanted to say, so the debate is tomorrow. I might make a debate preview. I might, maybe tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I don't really know because I've been really busy with a bunch of things, man, school and all that stuff. And it was my birthday today, so I was pretty busy with that. So, it's been a pretty busy time, but you know what? Content is important for y'all, so we're gonna try to get that out and hopefully get that video up by tomorrow latest, right before the debate for sure, if I do end up making it. And I do make some shorts as well, so I'll be doing that as well, obviously. And yeah, so just stay tuned for all that stuff. Okay, so I'll keep Virginia as blue, by the way. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing states. Okay, so what I want to say really quickly before I go into this is that these polls are changing on the daily. Okay, they're changing on the daily, so everything has to be taken with a grain of salt. Last one I did was like 3 days ago, so I'm gonna make this one today, on the 9th. And I just want to make sure that this is as accurate as possible. Okay, as accurate as possible. So we're gonna start with Arizona. Arizona, Harris enjoyed a lead until about September 3rd, and that's when Trump sort of took the lead. If you look at this New York Times article, we can look at Arizona as well here, and Trump is leading as well. It says 48-48, but Trump is in fact leading Arizona. And then if we look at this Forbes poll, not poll, but well, yeah, it is a poll. It's based on a poll. It's basically a summary. Trump leads Harris by 5 points. Okay, so that's a lot. Arizona, I will give it to Trump again. I gave it last time to Trump, and it's not really going to be. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be close. I think it'll be within 3 points, but I think it'll be Republican, pretty solid. And we know why. I mean, the common. I don't know if you guys ever heard the common idea of, I don't know what it's called, Occam's razor or something. It's like the most obvious thing sometimes is really what's gonna happen or something like that. I mean, yeah, Arizona is always Republican usually, except for 2020, and I think it'll go back. It always goes back to their default. So then we got Nevada afterwards. Nevada, we know very well, is another close swing state. So Harris is actually leading in Nevada by a very small margin. We can infer that's within a point because it says 48-48. If we look at these polls right here from 538, actually, we see Harris in a very, very close tie almost with Trump. So she's up 0.5. It's very close. I don't want to make any, you know, inferences from those two polls because they're very close. But if we look at Nevada, another state with no clear Harris leads by 1.48% to 47%. Okay. What I will say is that although all of them suggest that Harris is leading, you have to keep in mind that the lead was much bigger 2 months ago. So what happened? Well, a lot of things. I mean, honestly, she hasn't been campaigning much there. Trump has been doing a good job in Nevada. And, I mean, let's be honest. Again, Nevada is another state that's been trending Republican. A lot of Republicans are in Nevada now. You know, they like the low taxes. They like the Trump era policies, and they start to appreciate it now. It's sort of like how Florida became a really Republican red stronghold. That's the same thing I think of when I think of Nevada. So I will say that Nevada will go to Republicans as well, giving Trump a 230 to 229 lead. It's a one electoral vote lead, so it comes down to these 5 states. Here we go. Okay, so North Carolina. We'll start with North Carolina because I think it's one of the lesser controversial ones. Okay. So Harris is actually leading in North Carolina for the first time. Now, I don't want y'all to read into this too much because you got to keep in mind that Biden was also leading in North Carolina. I don't think he won it in 2020, but he may have. I'm not sure. I actually don't remember. But it's important to keep in mind that North Carolina, I mean, again, another Republican-esque state. They actually don't have North Carolina in this one. If we look at this one, the New York Times, and again, Harris is up in North Carolina according to the New York Times. But again, North Carolina typically votes red. And you got to keep in mind, Roy Cooper, who is a Democrat, is pretty well liked in North Carolina, but they need, so not they need, but what usually happens, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but what usually happens is in some of these swing states, when they have a Democrat governor, it typically goes the opposite way federally. Or if they're a Republican governor, then typically goes the opposite way federally, right? So North Carolina has a Democratic governor. You know, I don't want to read into that too much, but if we look at basic trends, North Carolina, yes, they have a big Hispanic and black population, but at the same token, North Carolina always does vote red, and that's the same thing for Arizona. So I will give North Carolina to Republicans. I think Trump will be in North Carolina a bit more in the next 57 days, which, by the way, is the amount of days until Election Day. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I just don't see how Democrats can steal North Carolina from Republicans, considering how well they've been doing, especially Republicans, in the last week or so, I would say. Okay, Georgia. I don't know if I should do Georgia right now. You know, I'll do Wisconsin. I'll do Wisconsin before I do Georgia because Georgia's a very controversial one. And I know there's going to be, actually, there were some questions about that in the comment section last time. Wisconsin is one of the 3 important Rust Belt swing states. Harris is leading. She's leading, but it's dwindling. It is dwindling, man. It's falling off. If we look at the one from the New York Times, it shows 50 to 47. So again, in that 3-point margin, I would say. And then if we look at this one, it's actually 51 to 49. So this is within 2 points. It was actually 50 to 44 at one point. Harris had a 6-point lead in Wisconsin, and it's now only a 2 to 3-point lead. What does that tell me? I mean, basic knowledge of, you know, statistics and forecasts and trends tells me that this is trending in the direction of Trump. And I already predicted before, I think I said this even before any of my predictions, or I may have said in one of my prediction videos, Trump needs to win 2 of the 3 Rust Belt states to win the election for sure, 100%. Okay? And what I think is most likely is Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. So Wisconsin will go to Republicans, in my view, based on the current trend. And again, I mean, you know, there's a time when Ohio was also a swing state. Ohio is now solid red. Wisconsin voted blue 2020, voted red 2016. I think Wisconsin is one of those states that could definitely switch and be a, I don't want to say solid red, but I think it'll definitely be very likely that Wisconsin does go red based on the current trends. I mean, you look at the way she was up 6 points. That's almost unheard of in a general election where you have a candidate who jumps in with what, like it was 4 months to go with the election? Yeah, so not that much time. I mean, 4 months ago with the election, a candidate's up 6 points on their other opponent. I mean, that's unheard of. But yeah, that's what's going on right now, and now it's only 2 points. Michigan again. What I will say about Michigan is I think Michigan will go to Democrats. I will check again, double check. 2 points, okay, fine. 50 to 49 again, 1 point, man. 1 point. Oh, I don't know. You got to look at the trends too, though. So Michigan, if we look at this one, it's been pretty solid, like solid line. It's been kind of, some bumps, some lows, but I think it's fair to say that Harris is doing pretty good in Michigan. If we look at the margin, she had at her best a 3.4 point advantage over Trump. It's now only 2 points. So again, it's slowly trending, but do I think, oh, it's actually 1.9 now, but do I think I don't know, actually, I could see this definitely going to Trump. Let me just check out this one again. 49 to 47. Again, I can't click on this, sorry, my bad, because it shows up with some stupid screen that I have to subscribe, whatever. But yeah, we do see a trend, and we do see Trump catching up quite a bit. Harris is up 50 to 49 within the 3.6 point margin of error, and Harris had a 5 point lead in late August. Okay. With that information, I do believe that Michigan will go to Republicans. Why do I believe this? Well, frankly, I mean, this is not a good indication. This is not a good indication. When you had a 5 point lead and you now only have a 1 point lead, that is concerning. That is a cause for concern. But I digress. That does give Trump the presidency. So those of you guys that are rooting for him, congratulations, your guy won. But I'll go over Pennsylvania and Georgia just for the sake of it, because I don't want to leave anything left. So Pennsylvania, Harris and Trump are tied at 50% here. Similar to Trump's 50 to 49 lead over President Joe Biden in April CBS poll. So again, that shows, yeah, Harris did sort of close out the lead, but not that much. Not that much, man. Harris is up by 1 point, within a point in the Pennsylvania one on the New York Times. And then if we look at 538, yeah, so Harris is up +1. But then again, you look at this, there's been a slight bump here, slight bump. Not that much. But you look here, it's Harris +3, Trump +1. Yeah, I don't see how this go to Harris. Also keep in mind, assassination attempt. Assassination attempt happened. We have the debate tomorrow. It's going to be a very interesting indicator. I think it's in Philly, actually. I think the debate is in Philly. So that's definitely going to be a big moment for all the Penn voters. I think they'll be quite happy to have that. Okay, we can move on to Georgia. Last one. So if you're a Trump fan right now, you're probably jumping up and down because you're like, wow, he's going to win this. Okay, Georgia. So it switched. It switched. Harris lost her lead today. She lost it. Trump is now up 0.5. She was up 0.3 yesterday. So yeah, Georgia's lost for Harris. And Trump again in the New York Times one, he's also up in Georgia. If you look here, up by 1 point, yeah, but still this might not be as updated. Yes, this is yesterday. So based on that, I could conclude for fact it's not looking good for Harris. Also, keep in mind Georgia has a large black population. I'm not gonna, keep that out of mind because that's a very important indication of who they may vote for. At the same token, though, because black people tend to vote for Democrats. At the same token, though, I do believe if you're looking at this map and you see Trump up, what do you think will happen with Georgia? Georgia's never used a swing state. Oh, Mississippi. I put Mississippi as blue. There's a way bigger lead. My God. You see this. If you're a Biden or Harris or Trump supporter, doesn't really matter. You see this. You know that Georgia's typically red. It's trending red. Trump is in the lead. What are you saying? I'm saying red. I mean, it's not even close. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Georgia is probably one of the most obvious Republican swing states I can call at the moment. It honestly is. So yeah, that's my official prediction. Again, this is pretty different from the last one I made, in which I think it was like 271 to 267 or something like that, 268. So yeah, it's quite different. Um, but man, Trump he's been doing good, man. A lot of people have been underestimating him last week, but he's been doing pretty darn good, man. Pretty darn good. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I really appreciate all the support, man. Um, I really like this stuff. I like making these videos. I like interacting with y'all in the comments. It's good to hear all the feedback and all the the views. It's really interesting. I find it very fun, and I think it's a very cool thing. That you can have a platform where everyone can discuss about this and learn about it at the same time. Just please, if you don't agree with this, just keep it simple, keep it civil. Don't start getting angry at me for whatever reason. Oh, DC is also going blue, by the way. It's not a complete blow. But yeah, so just keep it simple, man. Like, don't write like a whole paragraph. There's some people who wrote whole paragraphs. They're just basically hating on me. But this is my official prediction: 312 electoral votes for Trump to 226 for Kamala Harris. I'll be making an election debate preview probably tomorrow or today. But until then, y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next one.